Howdy, it's Uncle Paul. It's been a long time, but I finally have a new piece of gear. So what's the plan?
I don't know. I got to call boat place and see when I can take it in somewhere.
Okay.
I just got to zip tie all the wire up.
Okay. And then have them look at the motor, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I think this is it. Well, 4 days ago, I think it was just 4 days ago, I watched a video of backpacking with Jason. Just a minute and a half video of him talking about his new Ceenoc 2-liter bag, water container. And so I decided right then I'm going to order that, because I've been wanting to order a similar type bag for a long time and just have it. And so it was 4 days ago, and I already got it in the mail, so that was pretty quick. So, you know, I have the Sawyer squeeze system, and you know, I have not been out on the trail long enough, you know, at any one period of time, to have any problems with the Sawyer squeeze, or especially the Sawyer squeeze bag. You know, I've known, you know, ever since I started backpacking and researching it, that that these have a tendency to burst, you know, to split somewhere, and so I've generally carried 2 of these. But I'm always very careful. If I squeeze on it to get the water, I barely squeeze on it. I let it mostly just by gravity drip into to the bottle. So this bag works with the Sawyer squeeze system, the Sawyer filter here, and it just screws into the top and or the bottom, whichever one you want to call that, And one of the issues that the older Ceenoc bags had, this is what Jason was really addressing in his little video. He's got the new bag and he likes it. One of the issues with the older Ceenoc bags was this spout right here. It was flexible. You could push it in, and that was causing some leakage. I think it just didn't have a good fit. But this is hard. You know, and he showed, you know, and it is. So that is apparently a major fix that a lot of people like. So anyway, I don't know when I'm going to get to use this, but I saw Jason's video, and I just thought, you know, that's not that expensive. I haven't had a new piece of gear in a long time. It's something that I really want. So there you go. Okay, a little bit of a bucket garden update here. These are my green beans. I've got 2 plants, and they've still got a good ways before they're supposed to produce. That's one of the green bean plants. I got another bucket and transplanted it. It's been over a week, and it's still growing, so I guess I did okay in doing that. Here's the okra, and they're coming along slowly, but they have grown pretty good here in the last few days. Yeah, those 2 are going to be a while. Radishes in both of these. Those have always looked pretty sad, and I don't know if part of it was overwatering, but maybe it's that they're too close together. They're supposed to be at least 4 inches apart, and I know some of them are closer than that. It's time for the radishes to be harvested, but these are kind of small. These are very small, I think. So you see there how tiny those are, and that's probably from being too close together. But I'm gonna go ahead and harvest all these, and I've got to eventually transplant my peppers in one of these pots. At least one of these peppers. They're still growing, but they sure are coming along slow. That other one's just kind of disappeared, so I don't think it's going to make it. Well, let's look and see what these radishes look like in this pot. I've got to harvest these today. I think some of them are going to be decent size, but let's see. Okay, they're small, not quite as small as that other pot, but they're kind of tiny. So anyway, let me see what I got here. Okay, well, this is my whole radish harvest right here. So this was an experiment. I've learned some lessons, and I'm going to go plant some more. And in the meantime, I'm going to try to figure out what meal I want with these. How do I want to prepare them for my one meal of radishes? You're still looking good. Hurley, come here. You excited, Matt? It is early Saturday morning. We had thunderstorms roll through pretty much all night long, and it's still raining right now. But anyway, you noticed that the boys are working on the boat again. Now let me just briefly tell you the saga of the boat, because they've been working on it a couple of years to get it back out on the lake, and every now and then some of you ask me, well, how's the boat coming along? Well, this pontoon boat belonged to my sister-in-law Shelly's parents, and many years ago when the boys were just little, they gave the boat to Shelly and David. And so the boys have grown up on this pontoon boat out at the lake, you know, so they just love this boat. Now in 2012 my father passed away, and so, you know, my brother and I were in the family business, and so my brother then suddenly had my dad's responsibilities in the business, you know, so he didn't have time to get out on the lake. It was rare that they would get out on the lake. And then a few years after that, my brother got cancer, and then they haven't been out to the lake ever since then. It's just been too difficult. So that boat has sat there in the same spot for 6 years, I think. And so it had run down, and you know, the boys were too little to do anything. They were still too young. Now that they're older and they've, you know, are making some money, they wanted to start fixing up that boat so they themselves could take it out. And so they've done a lot to it, and you know, it's in a lot better shape. It looks nice, but I think last summer they got to the point where they needed to get the motor worked on and a couple of other things that were going to take some money that they, you know, just didn't have quite enough, I think was the issue. Well, now after a year, you know, now they have the money. And so they've just doing some finish up work. Today they're going to be able to take it to a mechanic and look at the motor. Don't expect, you know, that to be any real issue. And they're going to be putting seats in it here pretty soon as well. So they are just so excited that this summer they think they're pretty positive they're going to get this boat out there on the lake. So, well, yesterday Matt spent all that time cleaning up that boat and getting all the leaves off and everything. And then last night's storm just got all kinds of leaves and limbs all over it again. And he just couldn't stand it, so he's already sweeping it off. Good Sunday morning, everybody. Well, I hope that my veggies are going to do better. The rest of them. I've got 2 of the green bean plants in one bucket. I'm hoping they're not too close to each other to produce. They might be. And the 2 okra plants in the same bucket. So those may be too close to give me much of a harvest, but it's an experiment. We'll find out. It's 4:30 in the morning. I hear somebody in the kitchen already, so maybe they can smell the coffee. Well, it has been a good week, a really good week once again, and so I'm very thankful for that. Right now, I want to get this video up because I've got some things I want to put in the crock pot for my lunch today. Really looking forward to that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and be careful, and always remember, keep looking up. See you next week.